Shane Steichen knows why the Colts lost yesterday. It was because of an inattention to detail, and they need to correct that this week. They've got to be about the details. That's what the NFL is about. Shane Steichen, talking to the media today, reaffirmed that. And the first question, it's about Jonathan Taylor and whether he's going to practice this week.
We'll see. Don't know that yet.
Kind of dovetail with that. Again, the run game the last few games hasn't been there for whatever reason. I guess, how do you fix it short term, and what does that do when it's difficult to run the ball offensively?
Yeah, no, I have confidence that we'll get it cleaned up. Credit to the teams we played, but again, starting with myself, we just got to do a better job up front. And again, I have full confidence in that group that we'll get the run game going, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
James?
Shane, after watching the tape, I guess what was your biggest takeaway from just some of the miscues you all had that were, again, uncharacteristic of this team this year?
Yeah, no, kind of what I said yesterday after the game, just looking back at it, just the self-inflicted negatives, the false starts, the penalties, and especially in critical situations, it's been kind of uncharacteristic. And again, we got to get those cleaned up. It starts with myself. We know it wasn't good enough yesterday in order to get done what we need to get done. These next couple of weeks, we got to get those cleaned up for this game on Saturday.
Nate?
Penalties aside, lot of pressure on Gardner yesterday. Offensive lines had a great year, but what do you feel like was the issue? Why'd they kind of take a step back yesterday?
I don't know. Again, credit to Cincinnati. They had good edge rushers. They did some good things up front. Showed some different looks, and it was one of those days that we got to put behind us and get those things cleaned up going forward, because we know Pittsburgh is going to be a heck of a challenge on Saturday.
George?
Shane, you've got obviously a lot of first and second year guys who are playing big roles, who haven't been in these kind of playoff push situations before. What's your message to them after a game like yesterday's?
I think the biggest thing is we got to move on. It was one of those games that no one wanted to be a part of, and we got to put it behind us and focus on Pittsburgh coming up this week, because everything we want is in front of us. But we got to handle our business, and it's going to be all about the focus, the attention to detail this week, and have great preparation so we can be ready to roll.
Kevin?
Shane, on the run game, how much do you kind of pinpoint you miss JT, and how much do you say we got to be better in the trenches?
I think we got to be better in the trenches, because Zach's obviously a great runner for us, and it just wasn't our day yesterday, and we got to get it cleaned up going forward, because we know December football is big, obviously this last stretch here, but we'll get it cleaned up, make sure we're doing a heck of a job, starting with myself, putting these guys in position to be successful on Saturday.
And then will you treat this week differently at all, being a short week? I saw the walkthrough tomorrow, but just bump everything up a day.
Yeah, that's all we're doing. We're bumping everything up a day. Yeah.
Joel?
Shane, was there something wrong with the hold or the snap on Matt Gay's extra point?
No, we just got to, Matt knows we got to make those. We got to make them. Yeah.
James?
Shane, with this team, I guess Mo was saying it is kind of a wake-up call for some of the younger players, but when you look at the margin for error with your team, how much does that get driven home yesterday in the game where you were right there, and then like in a flip of a switch, it might be a 10-point hole or something like that?
Yeah, no question. That's what this league is, right? The detail, the attention to detail on every single play. You never know what play it's going to be, and obviously one play, a play here, a play there, can be a huge difference in the game that can make or break it for the game. And obviously we had a lot of those yesterday that we got to get cleaned up. And like I said, we haven't done that in a long time. So we got to put it behind us and move on.
Last one, George?
Is there any more of a timeline with Braden Smith?
I don't have that for you.
That's Shane Steichen. It's all hands on deck right now. If Braden Smith can play, he's got to play. And if Jonathan Taylor can play, he's got to play. Bad thumb, bad knee, good knee. You got to get your ass out there. Because this game on Saturday against the Steelers, it's kind of all or nothing. You're either all chips in or you're all chips out. You got to fold your hand. You lose this game against the Steelers, and you basically reduce your chances of getting to the playoffs to maybe 1-4. You win this game, you elevate your chances to maybe 4 or 5. This is a huge game, and it requires everybody to make sacrifices and do what's necessary to be able to vanquish the evil horde from Pittsburgh.